Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love. I'm wanting to give you a heads up over what you can expect planetary-wise over the next 6 months. Now, we are at a really unique point in history. All of the planets are changing signs over the next 6.5 months. So y'all hang out with me. I'm going to go over it, talk to you a little bit about it. It'll be fun. So all the planets changing signs within a 6 to 7 month period of time is never going to happen again in our lifetime. It hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen again. This is a time of upheaval, of change, of, oh my gosh, flow with it, fixed signs. I'm so sorry. I know y'all like things staying the same, but we're about to be in for a wild ride. So every single year, Mercury, the moon, the sun, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter all change signs. So we are dealing with those roller coasters, those changes, those effects on a pretty regular basis, at least yearly. So we're used to kind of the ups and downs, the bumps, the adjustments that have to be made with those. And those are, we can feel those energies, but they're not as strong as the outer planets, the big boys. So all the big boys, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all changing signs over the next 6.5 months. And so I wanted to go over this with you. There's going to be some shifts, and we're not just going to feel it internally. We're going to see it physically in our life. We're going to see it physically in the world. And so I just wanted to give y'all this heads up. Okay, so the first planet that is changing signs is Pluto. So Pluto has a cycle. It takes about 248 years for it to go around the sun. It can stay in a sign anywhere from 12 years to I think it's 36 years. And it is going to be in the sign of Aquarius for 19, starting on November 20th. So when Pluto changes signs, Pluto is a planet of focus, intention, control. It's definitely one that directs our destiny. Pluto likes to test things to make sure they're perfect. If they're not, burns it down before you even get to the finished product. So this is a planet, a lot of astrologers, I hear them talk about transformation. It can be transformation through crisis, but it is always, it lifts us up. We're phoenixes that rise from the ashes afterwards, but it is a bit of a bumpy ride. So Pluto goes from the sign of Capricorn to the sign of Aquarius on November 20th and will be there for the next 20 years. Capricorn is the patriarchy, it's traditions, it's how things have always been. It's the people in charge, more so the men in charge. And we've seen them be tested, come under question. We're seeing traditions fall right now. We're seeing things be let go, and power is moving to the people, it appears. And so we have a lot of outsiders, people who are not part of the normal political regime, coming into power right now in the United States, which is really interesting because this takes us to Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is essentially power to the people. So this is where power is shifting from the government to a more uniform spread across all people, all time. And this Aquarius energy basically is an energy where nobody is special and everybody is special. So we're not just seeing shifts in government and change, we're seeing shifts in Hollywood. We just saw some big players in Hollywood be taken down. Hollywood, I mean, you're great, but there's going to be a rise of other people, YouTube stars, other influencers. We're seeing people become famous for, off-the-cuff things we've never seen in history before. So Hollywood's losing a little bit of its power. The political world's losing a little bit of its power, and the people are rising up. So this is going to be a hectic time, a revolutionary time, something to definitely be aware of, keep your eye on, and this energy's with us for the next 19 years. So then we're going throughout the year, and the next big shift we're going to see comes on March 30th. So this is March 30th of 2025. The planet Neptune is going to shift into the sign of Aries. Now, Neptune has been in the sign of Pisces these past 13 years. And so Neptune's a sort of ethereal energy. This is a place of confusion, of sensitivity in our lives. It's the place of spirituality, art, Neptune is, it rules the waters. We also see Neptune prominent sometimes in people who struggle with alcohol, people who struggle with addiction. So this is, like I said, a place where we can't see things straight. And Neptune is moving from its home sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries. Now, this is kind of an uncomfortable energy. I don't know if y'all have ever come across a soft or sensitive or, confused Aries. I really haven't. That's not Aries energy. Aries likes to impulsively be out there, get it done, go after it. Not a lot of forethought a lot of times. They just go. And this move from Neptune into Aries is going to cause maybe even some insecurity. So this is energy that is going to feel kind of icky and mucky. So if you have any Aries in your lives, y'all definitely watch the change. They are going to be out of their comfort zone. Any Aries energy you have in your chart is going to be, it's going to feel different. It's going to respond differently. So Aries is not comfortable with this Neptunian energy. Hopefully any Aries watching, hopefully y'all will take up art. Maybe you'll start singing. Definitely start praying, journaling. This is a time for excellent spirituality. The knee-jerk reaction is probably going to be to drink. And so if you are an Aries who struggles with addiction or anything like that, just know this is going to be a little bit of a trying sort of time. Aries is also a cardinal sign. These are people that are in charge. I imagine this is also going to be a time, Neptune's going to be in this sign for 13 years. This will be a time for a lot of gurus, people who are born to lead spiritual movements. The Aries children that are born over the next 13 years are going to have a softness and a sensitivity to them that's not usual for Aries energy. Now, I know that seems like a little bit of time between November 20th, 2024, when Pluto changes energy, and March 30th, 2025, when Neptune moves. Y'all keep in mind, we've got a Mars retrograde going on between there. We're not able to rest or adjust very well. So y'all pay attention to that, because March 30th, 2025, Neptune is changing from the sign of Pisces to the sign of Aries, and we will definitely feel that. The next placement I'm wanting to talk about takes place on May 25th. So Saturn is moving into the sign of Aries as well. So any Aries that feels a little out of control, maybe started drinking or going off the deep end, this shift from Saturn from Pisces into Aries, Saturn's kind of going to clean it up. Saturn's going to say, hey, we've got a schedule. This is how we need to do things. I kind of expect people to be having a little bit of a religious revelation, spiritual aha moments. This is definitely, I'm from the South, and so people in the rural South have been praying for revival for decades. My whole life I've heard about it. And honestly, this is a little bit what that looks like. So we've got the planet of spirituality in the sign of Aries. This is impulsive, this is fire, this is passion, and it's sensitized. We're feeling it. This is heightened intuition for Aries leaders, people in charge. And then Saturn's coming in to structure it. So every time Saturn and Neptune have gotten together, this is a little bit of a religious energy. This is structure to spirituality. And so this is not just going to be going on internally inside of us. We are going to see it on the outside. We're going to see it throughout the world. I imagine this, like I said, will be a little bit of a religious revival going on. And I know that's not a popular statement. I know there's probably not a lot of other people saying that. Being from where I am in the world, that's how I'm viewing it. And that's a little bit of, a personal license, I guess, I'm placing on it. But when I think of Neptune in Aries and Saturn in Aries, it comes out as religious, impulsive gurus. So this could be the start of several cults. This is also an excellent energy for cult leaders. So if you've ever wanted to start a cult, just hang out. Your time's coming. But this is definitely something to be aware of. Structured spirituality in the sign of Aries. It's going to be kind of a difficult sort of icky energy. The sign of Aries a lot of times can be a little bit of a loner because they're wanting to do it their way. So this could also be people stepping out, going on long journeys, isolating themselves for religious purposes. So be aware of those energies. On June 9th, we have Jupiter moving from the sign of Gemini into the sign of Cancer. This will be blessing the idea of family, motherly energies, food. This is really a beautiful energy for getting along within, not just within family units, but friend units. There's people out there that they're friends, but they feel more like family. They're there for us sometimes more than family. And Jupiter moving into this area of our lives is definitely going to bless and take care of those family units. So that's going to be a wonderful energy that is lining up with the same religious energy with Neptune and Saturn coming in. So that's just something to kind of be aware of. So the next planetary transition I want to make y'all aware of is taking place on July 7th in 2025. The planet Uranus is moving from the sign of Taurus into the sign of Gemini. This is quite significant. So Uranus has been in the sign of Taurus for the past 7 years, calling into question our ideas of traditional beauty. It's been messing up our food supply. It's been wreaking all sorts of crazy havoc with money. It is moving into the sign of Gemini. So, y'all, this is probably going to disrupt some technology. There may be an innovation or two technology-wise that comes about. This is lining up in a friendly relationship with Pluto. What I think is going to happen is that the people are going to be like, no, we don't want this technology anymore. No, we feel like you're controlling us with technology, and there's going to be a revolution around it. I do think this is going to be a little bit better than it could be if it didn't have that friendly connection to Pluto. But there's going to be definite changes in information and technology and how we communicate. So Gemini has a lot to do with gathering information, communicating, playing the devil's advocate. Gemini energy a lot of times just likes to argue for the sake of arguing. And there's going to be something tearing up this thought process. So Uranus likes to cause destruction. It likes to level the playing field. It does provide innovation. It has its own beat, its own drum. So anyways, these are the big boy energies that we can expect over the next 6 months. Now, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus at some point in the future are going to be retrograding back in. I'll do a video about that. That's going to be in and out for the rest of 2025 and 2026. This is typically when a planet changes signs, especially one of the slow-moving outer planets. When they change signs, they retrograde back in, and psychologically that helps us because there's like a change, and then there's a snapback of, wait, that's too much change, too much at a time. And so we are going to have a little bit of a disgruntled year. Y'all, turn loose the controls. Roll with it. Go with it. This is for our higher good. This is for our higher purpose. So just know these changes are coming. If you want a reading, y'all can contact me through my website. I've got it linked below. And we can talk about the different areas of your life that are going to be shaken up, renewed, focused on in a reading. But this is just the general energies that we are going to see out in the world. And I wanted to give y'all a heads up. Y'all enjoy your day. I'll see you again soon.